bless the USA. And I am proud to be a citizen of this great country as the United States of America. And if anybody is out there who doubts it, that you are living in the greatest country on this earth, let me tell you, I know. Because I have come from the East and I have come from the West. You're living in the greatest country on this earth as long as you realize that you can become anybody you want to be. You can earn any amount of money you want to earn. You have the freedom and the choice to be anybody, any profession, anybody you want to be, as long as you realize that there is nobody out there who is going to take you by your hand and lead you and says, I am going to make you, I'm going to build you. In a year from now, you're going to be the hottest hairstylist there is. There is no such hair fairy. It comes from inside of us. Every single day we set our goals. Do you remember the first day when you came out of school and you had 3 appointments on the book? Do you remember that feeling? God, one wanted to bang trim, who cared? It was a client. One wanted to comb out, who cared? There was a client. And one wanted a cut and a style. And they even said, do what you want to do. God, remember that feeling? Well, it was a great feeling. And 3 years later, we have 3 appointments on the book. I don't know what I should be doing here. I should be going home. I don't know why I should have to be here at 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, my first appointment is there at 9. I don't know why I should have to hang around after 4 o'clock. My last appointment is at 3 o'clock. And I don't know why doesn't the salon advertise anymore. I can't build here because I'm in the wrong location. I can't build because my clients won't let me do the styles I want to do. I can't. There's no such thing as I can't. We might as well say I won't. I would like to share with you a statistic. Right now, the government took a survey, and they discovered that the average American cosmetologist in the United States has an average annual income of $10,000 to $12,000 a year. Ladies and gentlemen, that's government's criteria for poverty. Now, what sets us apart? How come that I can take 2 cosmetologists who went to the same school, had the same training, learned side by side, went to the same salon, same station, same amount of clients, but after 5 years, that one cosmetologist is earning $10,000 a year and the other one is earning $50,000 a year? What sets them apart? The most important thing, it is attitude. Attitude is how I feel about myself. Attitude is where I come from. If I feel good about myself, then I know I can share it with others. If you have things in your life you need to change in your life, no one will change it for you. If you think you need to change the world, you need to change your husband, you need to change your lover, you need to change the rules in your salon, you need to change everyone around you, your co-workers. I can't change you. I can't change the world. I can change me. I can do that. If there is something about you I don't like, that is not your problem. That is my problem, because I cannot accept you the way you are. So therefore, I cannot change the world. But I can change me, I can change my thinking. I would like to share with you a few other statistics, and that is that 70%, and a lot of you are going to agree with that, 70% of our clients, at least 85% of mine, they used to say, give me a hairstyle that is versatile, that is soft, and I can take it home and I can change it and do different changes with it. If you are lucky, you're going to have 15% of your clients to say, buzz me, shave me, make my hair blue. I can hardly wait to go home and scare the life out of my mother, if we are that lucky. Another statistic is 80% of all cosmetologists change their salons after they have achieved a certain amount of income. Not because they cannot make any more money, but because they have a personal conflict in the salon. If you have a conflict with somebody, if you have a problem, Don't stand in the back room and bitch and complain to everyone else, but go up to the individual you have the problem with. Because remember, we cannot change the world, but maybe we can change us. And the way we approach him, maybe there's something not saying, I need to talk to you, you got a problem, but rather maybe saying, when you have a moment, can we spend a moment and talk? I really need to talk to you. You see, I know you've been a crab, but I won't say that. I just grit my teeth and I just say, I really need to talk to you. You always start out with, I need to talk to you, rather. Obviously, I need to talk to you. So it is, I need to talk to you. If there has been something in the past, if I said something to upset you, or if I have done something I didn't mean to, and I would like for you to share it with me, because you see, I spend more time with you than what I share at home with my family, and we need to get along. So therefore, maybe, we can change something around. 9 out of 10, you're going to have the other individual coming up and saying, oh, it really wasn't all about it. It's my husband, it was just, I had just problems at home, or I just was something with my family, or, the one client got me upset. 9 out of 10, it is not you. But we always think we go into a salon, we know the rules, we want to change them once we know what they are. But oh no, after about 4 months, we're so comfortable, we want to change the world. Another statistic is 87% of clients leave the salon because the stylist did not listen. It is most important of it all is that we must listen to our clients. Because you see, everyone in this room is so artistic that sometimes we get a little carried away. And sometimes I can hardly wait to go back to the salon, and God, I can hardly wait to buzz, and I can hardly wait to shave, and God, I want to do this new haircut, and the client says, cut it to here. I know it's going to look so much better cutting it to there. So I want to cut it just a little bit shorter. Well, I cut a little bit, and I cut a little bit, and before you know it, I got it right up there. And when she is all done, she'll never be back, because I let my ego get in the way. Attitude is again where I come from. I want to share with you a true story. It happened 3 years ago in Des Moines, Iowa. At every show, I always look for somebody with long hair. And I found this one model, and she had beautiful long hair. I said, oh, God, you're going to be the bride on the show. And she said, oh, okay. So I said, well, listen, tonight, I said, we're going to rehearse. She said, well, I can't make it tonight. I really have something very important. I said, well, then be there tomorrow morning. You've got to be there at 6 o'clock. We're going to rehearse tomorrow morning. Okay. The next day came, wouldn't you know, she was there at about 45 minutes late, and 7:15, she was supposed to be at 6. So when she arrived, they said, listen, I already rehearsed. It's now too late. Find somebody else. I got other things to do. He said, okay. You see, ego is a weird disease. It makes everyone sick except the one who has it. So when she arrived, wouldn't you know, I pushed her off to somebody else and said, just tonight, just be dramatic. Just be dramatic. Somebody else will rehearse with you. That night came, and wouldn't you know, the first model came out, come-out model, and she was all dramatic, and the audience went, yay. And the second model went out, very dramatic, and the audience went, yay. And there was my bride. Boy, she walked out. I said, oh my God, this is it. Oh, forget it. This is a 3-day show. Get me another bride. Heidi, you probably didn't notice, but she hung up the clothes. She even collected the jewelry. She helped dress the models. I said, okay, tomorrow morning, I'm going to try to rehearse with her. The next morning came. See, there's no such thing as I try. I would like for you, Maxine, to try to lift your arm for me. Did you just try, or did you just lift your arm? Just lifted your arm. There's no such thing as I try. You might as well say, I won't. So next day came when she said, okay, I'll try the next morning. Next morning came. She arrived again, about almost 40 minutes late. I said, listen, I got better things to do. I said, find somebody else to rehearse with you. This is it. I got 2 other things to do. Okay, that night came, second day of the show, 3-day show. My first model walked out. Yay. Second model walked out. Yay. And there was my bride. I said, my God, she walks like a walking Statue of Liberty. She looks like she's trying to march. Get me, this is it. I have 1 day left. Get me another bride. I don't care if I have long hair. I'll take shorter length hair. Heidi, wait a moment. Do you know I saw her sew on a button? She not only collected the jewelry, she not only hung up the clothes. Okay, I tell you what. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to take the time, and I'm going to rehearse with her. Before she left, I said, I want to talk to you. You are very important to me. And I said, you are such a beautiful girl. I really want you to look so good. Tomorrow morning, won't you be here a little bit closer to 6 o'clock? And I personally want to rehearse with her. She said, okay. Next morning came. She was only 15 minutes late. And I pulled her aside and I said, come on, you and I will go aside, huh? We'll rehearse. I said, now, deep inside, I know there's a woman. Do you remember the first time you met your husband? You remember that heartthrob you had? Remember the first time you knew he wanted you real bad? I said, tonight when you're up on stage, I want you to look down the aisle and I want you to bring back those memories. I want you to visualize him standing in the back. He says, okay. First model came out. Yay. Second model came out. Yay. And this time there was my bride. Alexis, eat your heart out. When she walked, I was in the back room. I was on the floor. I was chewing on the carpet. And I kept going, oh, she's just wonderful. She's so wonderful. Well, that night, she put a little letter in my bag and said, Heidi, I want you to read it when you're on the plane. And it said, Dearest Heide Marie, thank you for allowing me to be on your show. You see, at home, I have a 6-year-old handicapped child. And for giving me back my pride and confidence, you'll never know what you have done. Signed, your bride. Now, whew. I carry that wherever I go. And it was one of my biggest lessons, to let the ego not get in the way. Sometimes we think we're too hot for something. Sometimes we think we're too big for something. Do you know we should not be called cosmetologist? We should be called psychosmetologist. We all have the power in our hands to reach out and to make somebody's day. There we are. And we're walking in the morning. Who knows, we got up late that morning, dog piddled in our shoe, and we were late for the babysitter. Husband was upset he didn't get any. And there we're coming into work, and there sits the client in the chair, and she looks like a Valium dissolved in water, and we say, oh, why me, Lord, first thing in the morning. And we don't realize the power, every single one of us, to have in our hands to reach out and truly make somebody's day. I would like to share with you what makes these two cosmetologists so different. I would like to share with you how come that after 6 years, the cosmetologist who's earning $12,000 a year, and this one is earning $40,000, the one with $12,000 a year says, I should be getting 60% because I'm out of loyalty. I've been here 6 years, and I have the experience. Well, maybe he has only 1 year experience, and he only simply repeated it 5 times over. But this one, who earns $40,000, $50,000, and $60,000, he knows where it's at. Do you know years and years ago, I remember 15 years ago, cosmetologists were put on the same list as the one who did not have any brains. We were only weirdos. We could barely finish high school. And then came along, after a while came the stewardesses, and then became finally, thanks to Sassoon and some other big people, where you realized, my God, there are cosmetologists out there, they're making money. I just had dinner last week with one of you gentlemen, David, out here, and we talked about it, and he says, you know, people don't realize that we drive Mercedes too, or that we have nice cars, we have drive homes, and that we earn a lot of money. We go on vacations, we wear nice clothes. Everybody thinks the hairstylist, they are the ones who just earn $10,000 a year, because that is the majority of them. The average cosmetologist So let's share together what makes us so successful. First of all, attitude. Attitude, we know, is how you feel. Attitude is our self-image. You are what you are, and you are where you are in life, depending on what is in your mind. If you put garbage in, simply as that, you get garbage out. If you put good thoughts in, you get good thoughts out. If you surround yourself with successful people, you're going to be successful. Look at the people you surround yourself with every single day. Do you surround yourself with winners? Or do you surround yourself with people who have nothing else to do but go, wow. Are you relaxed? Yeah, that's good. And they have nothing else to talk about. Every week you talk about the same subject, you do the same things, and you don't ever brainstorm. 15% of all the people who drink will become addicted, alcoholics. 85% of all the people who smoke will become addicted. 85% of all the people who take drugs will become addicted. There is no greater high on this earth, and a lot of you have experiences when you look on your very own high, it came from you inside, and you look out the window and you say, David, check it out. It's like, look at her, she's going in her car right now. Check her. I cut her hair. Yeah, from here. Short. Colored it. Did you see it right there? Look at her. Yeah. She said it was the first time she's not going to change her hair at home. Yeah. There is no drug on this earth which will replace that inside feeling, and you get it every single day. Because one thing I want to share with you, I don't know if you're aware of it, but do you know that you are a winner, every single one of you? Do you know that you were born a winner? Every single one in this room is born a winner. Let me repeat that, because I know it, and I'm 100% sure. Every single one of you is a winner. And you know why? In the medical field, they call it sperm. You fought against 1,000 others and you won, so why give up now? So many times when somebody says, what do you do for a living? We say, well, I do hair. I'm a beautician. I'm a hairstylist. I'm a cosmetologist. I'm an exterior decorator. We really don't feel good about our profession. Remember, if you feel good about yourself, that is what comes out. If you feel proud about your profession, there are only 2 professions in the world who are licensed to touch the human head. That is a doctor and that is a cosmetologist. The only difference is the doctor buries his mistakes. Ours grow out. Attitude has also to do with enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is when somebody, what do you do for a living? Say what you do. I make people beautiful. I'm a cosmetologist. No, you know what they say as a comeback? Oh yeah, what can you do with my hair? Instantly, and every single time. Then you look and you say, well, I've been looking at you, and I never laid eyes on her, but he or she doesn't know it. If I like what you have, be careful, don't insult them. I like what you have, but doesn't mean a thing, you might as well bless them. But if you ever want to change, I have some great ideas. Here's one of my cards. My name is Heide Marie. I would love to see you in our salon. Now, let's look at it for an example, and that has to do with enthusiasm. I have 3 bricklayers. I walk up to the first bricklayer and I say, what do you do? And he says, laying bricks, lady. What do you think I do? And I go up to the second bricklayer and I say, what do you do? And he says, I'm laying bricks and I'm making $15 an hour. And I go up to the third bricklayer and I say, what do you do? And he says, I am building the most beautiful cathedral. God, his eyes get shiny, he gets a smile on his face. He picks up the papers and he says, look at the blueprint. Look at these arches. I can hardly wait to see till it's done. You must come and see when it's done. Now, which one of those 3 bricklayers would you want to build your house? Now, which one of the two cosmetologists would you want to do your hair when you see someone in the grocery store and you say, excuse me, but I really like your hair. Where do you get it done? And so I get it done in the salon I work in. Oh, well, where's that? Oh, it's Lucy's Beauty Box down the street. Oh, what is your name? My name is so-and-so. Do you have a card? Well, no, but if you have a piece of paper, I'd be glad to write on the number. Or they might say, I've been looking at you. I like what you got, but if you ever want to change, here's one of my cards. Come and see me. I got some great ideas. Which one of those two cosmetologists would you want to do your hair? Enthusiasm is what comes inside. What holds us back is fear. You must trust your hopes and not your fears. What you fear, simply you draw near. It's an old saying. It's a lot in our profession is, and we say, well, I better don't do this haircut because the client, she might not like it. I better don't give her a perm because it might come out too curly. I better don't color the hair because what is if the color comes out wrong and it's not the right color? So if the client says, what do you think about coloring my hair? I like your hair color. That looks nice. No, don't change it because, oh no, we're in a hurry. Let's just cut and style, get them out of the salon, collect the money, and that's it. When you collect the money, you put your signature on your profession. And if that client doesn't walk out and she's 100% satisfied, it is our own fear, it is our own feeling inside, it is our work, what we just stepped against. Now, have you heard the example? If I would take a piece of board and I would lay it across this floor, and I put a $100 bill on the other end, and I say, I want you to walk across that board, and you walk across that board, right? Hey, it's okay. Now I'm going to take two high buildings. I'm going to put a board across the high buildings. I'm going to say, I'm going to put $1,000 on the other end. But you're going to walk over the little bitty board with nothing underneath except 20 stories down. What will hold us back? Fear is the only thing that holds us back. When we get out of school, we have simply a license to practice. So why not use it? Every single day, we can't learn it all in school. Every single day, that client is in the chair, and we simply have an opportunity to practice. And that's where the knowledge comes in, and knowledge is power. We're going to talk about it, how to get our knowledge in just a little while. Another thing, and there's a lot of people, they don't realize that, and that has to do with habits. Habits, they're just like flimsy cobwebs. You know, at the beginning we can mold them, we can tear them, but with time, they become like unbreakable chains. Habits, so many times we say, I won't cut horizontal, I've been cutting vertical for 20 years. So why should I change now? I've been coloring out of the bottle for 15 years, why should I start with a brush now? I've been doing it like this. Bad habits, once we form them, we must keep our mind open all the time, every single year, and this is why you come for every single year. We must learn new things. We must open our mind. We must not get into what I call a rut. We mustn't let the fear hold us back to go out there and work out new things. And how to become more successful? Successful is when we practice. Now, I told so many times, so many people, in order to become a good colorist, so many times you cut off long hair on the floor. Why not take those long pieces of hair, make up a board, stick them on a board in the back, and you can write on your levels. Everyone knows how to find the natural level. And you write on level number 5, and then you write on whatever color you're using, and you use underneath with 10 volume, and next one with 20 volume, and next one use with 30 volume. And you learn how these colors work. It is the same with the perms. We went one time in our salon, we went very creative. Oh, we took everything. We took everything from the pizza tray holders, so those little round holders, and we wrapped hair around, we permed it, and we saw what it would do to the hair. Or we took like little tongue twisters, suppressants, and we would wrap the hair on that to see the different designs on it. Or we would take hair strands, and we would knot it, and knot it, and knot it, and then put perm solution on, and then we had a real neat design in there. But again, it is the knowledge and the time. It is practice, practice, and that is what we need every single day. And there are too many of us who just don't, we go into at 8 o'clock in the morning, oh God, let me get home at 5 o'clock, that's all I need to do. 15% of all the mothers in the United States have the fortunate opportunity to stay home. Only 15%. All the rest of the women are working. If we're working from 8 to 5 every day, if the majority of the people are working from 8 to 5, how can we accommodate them? We have to set different sides apart. For an example, at one time it was some of my very own people who came up one day and they said, Heidi, I just don't like to work real early in the morning. And I don't mind working late. And you know, I have a lot of my clients, they come in late. Couldn't I come in a couple of days a week and I start later? And I don't mind working till 8, 9 o'clock at night. And another girl said, and I don't mind coming in at 7 in the morning. I love working early, but I just don't like working late. Can we maybe, Kate comes in late and so-and-so comes in early? And said, well, okay, Kathy, I'm going to try it for 3 months. And you know what? It worked just fine. We need to adjust our working hours. If you work every day from 8 to 5, you cannot accommodate them. So if you work, say, 2 days a week from 8 to 5, 2 days you work from 11 to 8 o'clock at night, then you adjust your working hours, the same as with your clients. We're in a working world right now. And what greater opportunity to be a cosmetologist than right now? Because we're living in this high-tech world. What greater opportunity to give what I call high touch? We're going out there and you go to the bank and you put in a little computer and you put your card in and then a little voice says, please enter your card, and it spits the card out and says, you did it wrong, dummy, and you have this little card coming back out at you. And you're standing in front of a microwave oven and you say, come on, microwave oven. And we're all like in this fast, fast world. So why not get back to what we are all knowing so well to do, but we have this opportunity, and that is that human touch. So we should not be called cosmetologists, but psych-cosmetologists. Do you know we know more about our clients than sometimes their family members do? And there's also a time where we need to shut up and listen. It is none of the client's business about our personal life. It is none of the client's business to know where I've been last night, with who I've been. So if you have on your stations right now, you got your pictures of your boyfriend, you got your pictures of your husband, you got your pictures of your lovers. Come on, you can't stand them anyway. You just had a fight with them, get rid of them. Clean that station up and make it look like what it's supposed to be. And when that client is in the chair, we need to start listening to the clients. Haven't you ever had a friend you went out with, and for 45 minutes, that person did nothing but talk, you never got a word in? And after 45 minutes, they said, God, it was really great visiting and talking to you. God, it was wonderful. And they were just happy as they could be, because you listened. That's, again, it is the same with our clients. The ladder of success is not easy. Nobody says it is, but it is not crowded on the top. And once you're on the top, don't think you have it made for a moment, because everybody wants to see you fall. And remember, it is only the head mule who gets a change of scenery. I would like to share with you one thing, and the only time success comes before work is in the dictionary. And there is no such thing as I can't. You might as well say I won't. The first most important thing was attitude. Attitude is how I feel about myself. Attitude is, as I said earlier, I feel good, I look good, I feel good. Let's talk about appearance. You never get a second chance to make a first-time impression. If you walk in that door and you look as bad or worse as the client, how can you convince them to change their hair? Appearance is how I look about myself. Appearance is, in my salon, I never allowed anybody wearing Levi's. Well, what about the ones who wear a crease and I get them dry cleaned and I wear heels with it? Well, when I wear Levi's, you see, I sit in the chair and I feel more relaxed. When I wear a dress, at least a gentleman, you shouldn't wear a dress, but I wear a dress, I sit a little bit more feminine. So I'm going to act more feminine. So therefore, I never allowed Levi's in the salon. But what about in summertime going braless? I'm sorry, ladies, but there is a gentleman in the chair, and we can't control those things. And he goes, I think that's where it's at. What about the ones who says, I'm not going to put a perm in my hair, I'm not going to color my hair, I'm not going to do anything to my hair? Then get out of the business. We're in a beauty profession, and we must be the walking advertisement every single day. And with the dressing coming along, you know, sometimes we get up in the morning, we just don't feel good. Right? I mean, everything went wrong. God who knows, the husband was upset, the kids, you know, everything went wrong. We come to the salon, receptionist, oh, wouldn't you know, she's in the bathroom all day, she is sick, there's nobody there to greet the clients. And wouldn't you know, our assistant, she's off today too, nobody was there, we're half an hour late, we're in a bad mood, everything is just going wrong. And wouldn't you know, we always blame it on the client. We always blame it on the receptionist, number one, and then on the client. When you have a bad day, and everything goes wrong, and you find yourself just getting more and more wound up, go into a restroom or wherever you are, find a mirror, look in the mirror, stare yourself down, and say, get over it. You know what? It works. Let's talk about appearance, which comes right after attitude. Let's talk about odors. We never talk about that. So we look good, we feel good. And when I get up and I don't look good, I stare myself down, I say, get over it, and I pick the prettiest outfit I can find, just to perk myself up. So now we come in the salon, it is a hot day, and some of us, we don't know the word deodorant, and when it says 36-hour deodorant, I don't think it meant to go for 2 days. But there's a thing like also going out for lunch, and while we're having shrimp scampi, we're having pizza, pepperoni pizza. Yeah, we're having some nice spicy food. And we're really hot. Take that jacket off. And we are shampooing Helen. Hi, Helen. Is something wrong? She says, no, it's just, something just burning my eyes. So there's nothing wrong with having a little deodorant and a little toothbrush, a little mouthwash, standing in the bathroom underneath your little cabinet, and just once in a while get freshened up. And I'm sorry, ladies, Jungle Gardenia perfume is not in the daytime. It's like, oh, phew, somebody is wearing Jungle Gardenia. Remember the Gillette commercial? Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp. The outward appearance has a big bearing on your inner feelings. Personal appearance, very important. The next one that I find is very important is goal setting. Goal setting is, success is a journey, not a destiny, by the way. And our behavior pattern, it either feeds or starves our goals. Joe Girard, we know, was the #1 car salesman for 11 years in a row. And he cared about his clients. Do you know that he sent out 30,000 postcards a year? 30,000. Now, how many of us, when was the last time any one of you got a little thank you note in the mail? From a doctor, from a bank, from anybody. Just saying, I just want to thank you for being such a good client or good patient. When was the last time you sent out a thank you note to one of your clients? When was the last time you put a little love note underneath your child's pillow, your lover's, your husband, your wife's pillow? Just a little note saying, just love you. Or a little note saying to somebody, send them some flowers, just out of the blue, and just say, just want to thank you for being my friend. When was the last time you have done that? When was the last time you received that? I'm not saying that you have to send flowers to your clients, but when we are not busy, it doesn't hurt us to sit down and to write little notes just once in a while. 10% of your earnings is yours to keep. 10% of everything you make, including your tips, it's yours to keep. Put it aside. If you start with it now, by the time, and some of you, whatever age you're starting, by the time you are retired, if you start, say you're 20, by the age you retire, you will be independently wealthy. You take that 10%, you put it aside, and you invest it, whether it's bonds, if you want to play the stock market, don't. I don't. But you invest it, and that doesn't exist for you. And the interest doesn't exist for you. It keeps accumulating, accumulating, accumulating. You start investing. Do you know that the most successful hairstylists own their landowners? Every single one I know, they own buildings, they own land. So because we don't have in our profession anything what gives us a retirement, we are responsible for that. You better start thinking about it now, and I don't care what age we're in it. Goal setting is when I walk in the salon, I have 3 appointments on the book. I don't go up and they say, oh God, I only got 3 appointments on the book. But goal setting is rather something where I walk into the salon and I say, oh, well, at least I got 3 appointments on the book. 1 is a trim, 1 is a comb out, and 1 is a shampoo and blow dry. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to sell a perm today. I'm going to sell a color today. I'm going to sell a weave today. If nothing else, they're going to get treatments or conditioners. I'm going to do something. And when you put it in your mind and you say it out loud, you see, if you say something out loud, only 3 appointments, it's too late. Your subconscious picks it up. And your whole body language, everything is going to show. But rather than if you say out loud, oh, I got 3 appointments on the book. Well, I'm going to sell one of my perm. You're going to see. And wouldn't you know, it again, it works every single time. What your subconscious picks up. Goal setting is, if you start out working and you say, I'm making $100 a week now. In 6 months from now, I want to double that. In 6 months from now, I want to double that. In 6 months from now, I want to double that. That is goal setting. And goal setting is not just talking about it and saying, oh, well, let's see, right now I make $10,000 a year. Next year I want to make $20,000 a year. And I still want to come in at 10 o'clock in the morning and I want to go home at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's not goal setting. Goal setting is we don't have a profession. The man who works with his hands is called a laborer. The man who works with his hands and his heart is called an artist. And the man who works with his hands and his heart has Velcro veins and the biggest blood on earth. That's a cosmetologist. And that's what we are. And we don't have working hours. If we need to take somebody at 8 in the morning, we have to take him at 8 in the morning. We need to take him at 6 or 7 at night. We have to take him until the day when you have made it and you are successful. And the day you are booked solid, that's when you raise your prices and that's when you can adjust your hours. Not until then. It is not an easy journey. But remember, if you want to be on top of the ladder, that's what it takes to stick in there. Goal setting is very, very important. Another big one, and a very important one, chairside manners. How many times, and many of us have been there, I've done it too. I walk into a salon and I say to a client, or I walk up to the reception and said, hi, my name is Heidi and I have a 9 o'clock appointment. And he said, oh, Heidi, well, I will tell David and he'll be right with you. And he said, oh, thank you. Heidi, you want a cup of coffee? No, thank you. You have a seat up front or a magazine? Yes, so far so good. And she turns around on her tush and she yells to 2,000 square feet, David, your 9 o'clock is here. Wait a moment. Do I look like a clock? Hi, I'm your 9 o'clock appointment. What is if I'm your 6:30? Didn't I just say my name was Heidi? Wouldn't it be a lot nicer if she would say, Heidi, this is your first time in our salon? Welcome to our salon. Have a seat. I will tell David or John or Susie or Donna. They'll be right with you. And she gets up and walks over and says, Donna, Heidi is here. She's your 9 o'clock appointment. Now, when Donna walks out, or David walks out, or Susie walks out, or whoever, now let's see how they walk out. Now, Donna or Susie is in a bad mood. I've never seen Donna yet being in a bad mood. Let's say Susie. And Susie walks out. She's in a bad mood. She got up late that morning, everything else. She walks up to the front and she says, where is she? What? That one? Okay. My name is Heidi. I meet you by the bowl. And how many times do we run in front of that client? And have you ever seen a client walking in 2,000 square feet saying, have you seen my stylist? And somebody, we peek around the corner and we say, no, 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 you're going the wrong way. I'm over here. And the client comes up, sits in the bowl. When I was in Germany, my boss used to say, Heidi, You have a client in the palm of your hand with a good shampoo, or you lose them with a bad one. No, we're in a bad mood. That client is finding their shampoo bowl. How many times does a client says, "Ah, this is the best part. I finally can relax." But we're in a bad mood. How many hoses do we have out there? I still remember all my photographs were shrouded full and nobody ever knew yet. So I don't know. You know, how many of you have I don't know working for you? So how many of you put on the hose on full pressure? Get that client going. We only know two temperatures, hot and cold, right? So under the steam, we're going to say, "Are you okay?" He says, "Oh, I think it's a little hot." And somewhere along then, we say, "Well, it's just hot, so might as well turn on cold." Boy, we turn that hot off. His eyes go, "Oh, I think it's a little cold." We say, "Make up your mind, because we're in a bad mood. I have seen it." So wouldn't it be a lot nicer if the client walks in the door and we are going to say, "Where's my next client? Is someone right there? Hi." And I walk on up and say, "Hi, my name is Heidi. It is nice seeing you at our salon." And I'm going to reach out and I'm going to give her my hand. Now, how do we hold hands? Can I use you for an example? I was going to call you and tell you how to act, and I forgot. Okay? I'm going to have you up on stage. This is Donna, by the way. And I want you to know, Donna used to be my personal assistant. And I've not yet seen a day where Donna walked in without a smile on her face. I'm very proud of her, believe me. So how many times, let's talk about handshakes. I'm going to walk up, and I can give Donna a handshake and saying, "Hi, Donna. How are you? I'm Heidi. It's really nice seeing you. This is your first time in our salon? That's nice. Oh, it's really good. You've been in this valley for a long time? Oh, now what do you think Donna is going to do? Pretty soon she's going to go like this to me, because she's going to feel very uncomfortable, because I'm going to hang on to her hand, and she's, you know, I mean, it's like, just no, am I going to give her a message or what? Let's give her another handshake. What about the one of, "Hello," and she doesn't know, is it a washcloth or what? It's like, "Oh, let's bring that out and throw that one away." Or that's about the macho one, right? The guy saying, "Hello, my name is so-and-so. I really going to give that gentleman a hand, because we're going to show him I'm a macho type." And let's give a handshake with all the politicians. How the politician knows, and one of the most comforting handshakes is to hold a handshake and put the other one on top and saying, "Hi, Donna. My name is Heidi. It is nice meeting you." I'm going to look Donna straight in the eyes. How many times have you said, "I don't trust that person that can't even look me in the eye"? Thank you, Donna. You're wonderful. How many times have you said that? So let's walk up, give him a handshake. We're going to introduce myself. "My name is Heidi Marie." Should I say my last name? Oh, no, because in case she doesn't like her hair, she's going to look me up in the phone book, and then she's going to wait for me when I come home. So we're not going to say our last name. Wrong, we're going to say first and last. Have you ever seen a doctor saying, "Hi, I'm Bob"? I don't think it's always, "My name is Dr. So-and-so. It is nice meeting you." So we're going to give a handshake on top. We're going to look him in the eye and say, "Welcome to the salon. It is nice seeing you here. Let's go over to my station." My station, by the way, is the third one on to the right, and let's talk about your hair. Woo, a lot better than, "I'll meet you by the bowl." So we're going to take him over to the station, and I always told my assistant to say, "I want you, the way to greet the clients is when you go out on the floor, is there anything in particular you want me to do to your hair, or would you like for me to design something for you?" This way, what did I just tell her? I'm willing to listen, but also willing to share. So very important, it is to listen to that client. So how many times we have all these artistic people, right? We're going to get carried away, and you say, "Well, I want to leave my hair up to here," and say, "Oh, no, no, no. No. I know what I'm talking about. I'm the professional." Short. You got to have the hair short. Or somebody has smooth hair, oh, obviously you need a perm. I mean, I've seen more hair on a peach. If a client talks to you and says, "I have peach hair, I can't do a thing," don't say, "Oh, you're right. I have seen more hair on a coconut." Don't go along with it, but rather say, "Oh, I have a lot of clients. They would love to have your amount of hair. Trust me." So it is first we gain the trust of a client. Then when we take them to the shampoo bowl, we shampoo their hair. I want to hear them purr. It is like my boss in Germany, you can have in the palm of your hand, or you can lose them with a bad shampoo. So I always, when I shampoo, boy, I shampoo. I want to go, oh. It's like, gotcha. Because right there, boy, I got him. I want to share with you, I had one stylist working for me, and he is here tonight. And Ralph had the wonderful talent. He was not that fancy stylist, but he has a wonderful talent. When he was with a client, he would never look right, he would never look left. It's the same as what David does too. It is like that client is their everything in that chair. When that phone rings, they don't say, oh, I'll be right with you. And they're going to go to the phone, because the client sees them in the back room as they're standing there going, I'll be right there. I got the biggest lesson in my life. It was about 3 years ago. I had my own TV show. I was going on the weekends. I was running a salon. I was standing behind the chair, and I was constantly on the phone. And the client came up to me and says, Heidi, this is the first time I'm supposed to have my hair done by you, and I heard that you are the best. Well, when she left, she says, Heidi, you are the best. I said, oh, thank you. She says, this is the first time I'm going to go home and redo my hair. I said, oh, thank you. She says, but you know, I won't be back. And I said, well, how come? He said, you see, while you were doing my hair, you left me 3 times. No, maybe I'm asking for too much, but I'm a working woman too. And when I come in, maybe I'm asking for too much, but I love to be spoiled, and I like to be pampered. And I want you to pay attention to me. So I got the biggest lesson right there in my life. It is when that client is in that chair, you don't turn right and left. When you get a phone call and somebody says, you got a phone call, then you say, don't say, who is it? Because if you girls, if it's a guy, oh, if it's a Bob, I'll take it. If it's Susie, she can wait. But much rather, is like because you have your important people, but it's much rather as if the receptionist doesn't take a little note and sticks it on the mirror so you can see it, but much rather just lays on the desk and just says, when you have time, so-and-so wants you to call them. And that they are saying, I'm sorry, but so-and-so is with a client right now. May I take a message, or can they call you back? And then you return the call when you have time. When their client is in their chair, they're in that chair. And what Rolf also did, he used to do, and I remember he said one time, he used to say, oh, Gracie, today I got a brand new European style for you. He said, oh, well, that's wonderful. Boy, and he just did a little pin curl the other way, and he did a little curl up the other way. And wouldn't you know, she looked the same as always, except her bangs went the opposite way. But when she walked out, she felt like she really had a new look. So constantly, he changed around. Habits, with time, we also become habits with our client styling. And we say, oh, well, I know this hairstyle, it looks great on her, why should I change it now? She has been wearing it for 10 years, it's a safe, a sure thing. Don't let me come around, because I just might change it just a little tiny bit to give her that inner excitement, what she needs. No. Just had manners. Talk about your clients, don't talk about yourself. 95% is body language, 5% is only words. For an example, if I talk to you, and I come up to you and I would be saying to say, well, we're going to change your hair today? That tells me, no, you don't want to have anything to do with me. But if I'm going to say, no, are we going to change your hair today? That is like, yeah, that's my body language tells you what? I want to do it. But I'm going to say, we're going to change your hair today? That is like a no. And a lot to do, very, very important, our body language. We talked about the shampoo areas. We talked about what also is very important, that is the selling. A lot of us say, why should I sell? I'm creative. I'm an artistic. I'm not a salesperson. Why should I sell products? All right, why should you let him go home and use janitor and the drum? Body language is also at the shampoo bowl, is as I shampoo, and I say, by the way, Susan, this is whatever I'm using on your hair. Why? Because your hair is tinted, is colored, and this is what I'm recommending as an absolute must for your hair. Have you ever gone to a doctor, and has he ever said, do you have any antibiotics at home or anything? He said, well, I have a few left from last year. Why don't you use them up and then come back? It doesn't happen like that. Body language also is making somebody feel comfortable, invite them. Body language is also to do, for an example. There I walk in the morning, and there's the client, sits in the chair. She looks like a Valium dissolved in water. And I think, why me, Lord? First one in the morning. And she might be there 75 or 80 years old. But maybe one thing, we forgot is the power we hold in our hands. As a proven fact, human beings need 3 hugs a day. So there is a client in our chair, and maybe her husband has died away, and maybe her children are grown. And the only time somebody remembers her is 3 times a year. Somebody pins a corsage on her, and they call it Mother's Day, birthday, or Christmas. All the other time, we have the power in our hands to reach out and truly make somebody's day. Right now, I know you're sitting in your chair like, don't touch me, this is my space, I don't know you, So one of you could put just everything on the floor right now. And could you please turn to the person to the right and then to the person to the left? Would you give him a big hug for me? Now, I was in my salon, and I was really, really busy. And I was running around one day. I was like, everything just coming down. We all have these days. And one of my people came up, okay, and she pulled me aside. She said, Heidi, can I see you? I said, okay, I'm with a client. She said, can I see you right now? And you know what that means as an owner? There's trouble. It's like, excuse me, I'll be right back. And I walked and said, can I see you around the corner? She pulled me around the corner and she says, I just want to hug you. You just look like you need a hug. And you know what? That feeling right there, when you do that once in a while, it just makes your day. And there is no drug on this earth which will replace that feeling, what you get inside. A very big one is education. 3% of all cosmetologists who go to educational seminars will utilize their knowledge. Knowledge is power. Our mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open. So therefore, education is very important that we go back and we have the guts to work on some things we learned, to utilize some things, to set our goals, and every single day we must stick by them. Education is that we do the books we learn. They're not there just to put on the shelf, but we actually do read them once in a while. That's what they are printed for. Education, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Education is an investment. There's one great saying, it's one of my favorites, and it goes, when you're green, you grow. And when you're ripe, you rot. So next time when you go back and you tell somebody, you say, God, you should have seen, they said this and this, and oh yeah, I know. And then the way they cut you, I know. Just look at him and say, there's one thing I learned. When you're green, you grow, and when you're ripe, you rot. Teamwork. Let's talk about teamwork. How many times are we in the back room and somebody is there, has nothing to do, and they sit in the back room and they just go, this really sucks. Why doesn't the salon advertise more? I should have called my afternoon appointment and sent her home. I don't know why I have to be here. I just can't build because they just don't advertise enough. This is my 3rd pack of cigarettes I'm smoking today. I just can't do these things because they won't let me. I just can't. There's no such thing as I can't. That's not the cue. There's no such thing as I can't. So how many times then the one who is really busy, and then the tops it off is. And I hate everybody's attitude. Everybody always, they just bitch and complain. Nobody ever is positive. I just hate everybody is so negative around here. Nobody ever will do anything positive. They all just don't help each other. Do you know it's the third time I'm folding towels today? I don't know why I have to fold towels. And I don't know why I have to be the one who always cleans the floor. I'm not here a janitor. And the one who's really busy comes to the back and says, excuse me, could you shampoo for me? And the one who is really busy stands there and goes, what? Could you please shampoo for me? I got an appointment in about 10 minutes. Oh, please? Okay. The minute you leave the room, do you know that's the third time I shampooed for him today? Do you think he ever pays me? I mean, he must be thinking I'm his assistant or something. Do you think he ever shampoos for me? No, he's too busy. Do you think he ever sweeps my hair? No, he's too busy. Do you think he or she does everything? But I have to do it all the time. And then we go up to the client, we say, I'm going to shampoo your hair. Oh, did I get you wet? Oh, I'm all wet all over. Did I get you wet? I'm sorry. I shouldn't maybe change. Oh, I didn't mean to. Is that too cold? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's too hot? Oh, make up your mind. Put a conditioner on the hair. Are you kidding, you little hoggy? Overbooked yourself? No, you want me to sell you a conditioner? You're lucky that I shampoo. Comb out that head of hair? Leave a towel on top and that's it. That is not teamwork. Teamwork is today, anyone on an ego trip is not going to make it. Remember, ego is a weird disease. It affects everyone except the one who has it. So the one out there are no more superstars out there. The only salons are going to survive. It's just like football. When a football team wins, the whole team wins. There's no such we are super players, yes, but the whole team wins. If the salon is successful, we all work together. And the way teamwork comes in, that when I know you are busy, I'm going to come up to you and I'm not going to say, do you want me to shampoo for you? It sounds like, please say no. But I'd rather come up and I say, can I shampoo for you? I got some time right now. And when I shampoo. Boy, because when you go on vacation, when Susie has her baby, John decides to take off for 2 months. They're going to remember me. No, it doesn't mean taking appointments away from you. No, it doesn't. But isn't it a lot nicer than sharing the clients when I know I'm going to go on vacation, I know my clients are going to stay in the salon, rather than going down the street to Lucy's Beauty Box and somebody might make them feel a lot more welcome. How many times have we greeted our clients, and wouldn't you know that day I'm really busy. And I have no more time. I got a weaving out, I got a perm, it's wonderful, I got a color, this is great. And there's Mrs. Brown calls in for just a blow dry. Wouldn't you know I'm too busy? But wouldn't you know John has time to take Mrs. Brown? So well, it's just a blow dry. Last week I talked to Mrs. Brown about coloring her hair, cutting her hair. She didn't have time then. Today she just wants a blow dry. I'm too busy. I'm walking over and there is John cutting Mrs. Brown's hair. And he colored her hair. My formula I wrote down. How many times do we go up and we say, well, hi, Mrs. Brown, how are you? So you couldn't wait, could you? Yeah, John, do your hair, huh? Oh, you're really getting it cut, aren't you? Or wouldn't that, oh, let's try the other one we walked by. Hi, Heidi. Oh, hi. Let's not talk to her, little crabby went to someone else. No, let's show her. I'm really irritated with her. Wouldn't it be a lot nicer to walk up and to say, hi, Mrs. Brown, it's nice seeing you. I'm sorry I couldn't take you today, but oh, I see you get your hair cut. Looks great. I'll see you next time. Did you hear that? I'll see you next time. And I go to the back room, and in the back room I go, a lot nicer than standing there and making put their guilt trip on them. That's why clients stay away. I used to have a sign in my salon and said, dear client, once in a while, a change. in style or stylist will be very refreshing. Do not assume you're hurting your stylist's feelings, because we all are, we believe, and we work as a team. Because if you help others, whatever you put out in life, it will come back to you. And that is the last most important thing I want to talk about. When you have food in your tummy, you have money in the bank, you have clothes on your back, a roof over your hat, it is very important that you give back. And giving back, it could mean giving time in your community. Giving back, it means giving something to your favorite charity or doing something for your church. Whatever you put out, it will come back. And with all the things we have going on right now in the United States, it is the best country in the world to live. But I also feel it is time that we need to take care of our own people in the United States.